Greetings all, Joseph Kerski here. Let's chat for a bit about how to use this book. If you're an educator seeking to teach in a more engaging, interdisciplinary way, inspiring students to care, yes, really care, to be lifelong learners and positive change agents, this book is for you. Every educator receives daily emails promising that this tool or that method is going to change students' hearts and minds. After this flurry of promises, most educators are rightly skeptical and delete those messages, as they should. Educators must carefully evaluate approaches, tools, and data. Does evidence exist that a specific approach or tool engages and empowers students? Is the approach aligned with the goals of my institution, my courses, etc.? Can I trust the data? Are the skills aligned with what the workforce needs? Can I learn how to use the tools and approaches quickly? Will the tools exist in the future? That's another good question to ask. This book focuses on Geographic Information Systems, tools, and approaches. Educational research abounds, from myself and many others, confirming the value of GIS as a learning tool and a teaching tool, and its connection to active learning, inquiry, content knowledge, and interdisciplinary instruction. These tools are used across many organizations and disciplines all around the world, even in your local own community, to manage parks, transportation, utilities, and by international organizations to meet the UN SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals. These tools and approaches and methods will be even more valued, I would argue, in the future as our world becomes ever more interconnected. Learning is enriched through powerful and engaging maps and visualizations in this book. Skills that students gain in using these tools are in high demand in government, industry, nonprofit, and academia across all disciplines from A to Z: architecture, archaeology, astronomy to zoology, and everything in between. Geographic Information Systems is a disruptive technology. It's a disruptive technology in a good way, reaching across barriers. Teaching with GIS helps educators collaborate and helps students learn in interdisciplinary ways. This mirrors what workplaces need because energy, water, land, soil, biodiversity, and other issues and problems that societies face do not stop at political boundaries, such as city limits or national borders. They transcend those boundaries, right, folks? Nor do these complex problems stop at physical boundaries. They're not just your watershed or your biome and my watershed and my biome. They transcend those boundaries as well. Nor are these problems the domain of only one discipline. Rather, multiple perspectives are needed. GIS ties these perspectives together around the concept of the whys of where. The whys of where. You will use GIS to teach concepts, skills, and the geographic perspectives, but this is not a GIS textbook. The book can be used in GIS courses, certainly, to teach fundamental skills and foster spatial thinking. But as the book's disciplinary homes are many, it can be used in geography, sociology, including the sociology of space, behavior, and criminal justice, mathematics, language arts, biology, earth and environmental science, design, communication, engineering, computer science, art, history, business, economics, any course where change over space and time matters. Whether you are motivated by using GIS in instruction or by teaching your students content in dynamic ways, either way, this book will be useful. The book focuses on educational practice, activities encouraging active learning by doing. Rather than a single lecture about natural hazards, for example, students explore hurricanes across time and space, examining global patterns, followed by a focus on Galveston, Texas, USA, and Manila, Philippines. While lecture providing context has its place, this book models investigative inquiry. Each concept, such as plate tectonics, is explored through guided activities to bring it to life, helping students understand why each concept matters to our 21st century world and why it matters to them. If students lack the necessary background for any activity, instructors are encouraged to teach concepts to provide context. Activities often include the statement, conduct additional research if needed to answer the following question. As an example, name one reason why prescribed wildfire burns are conducted. The learner maps wildfire burns, but they must also study the map layer's documentation, the metadata, and consult outside sources to fully answer why prescribed burns are conducted. And certainly your context for the students as an instructor is extremely useful and valuable here. Your role as an instructor, bringing meaning to the visualizations, is critical. Otherwise, maps are just pretty pictures rather than information-rich resources about real places, people, and issues, population change, hurricanes, extreme temperatures, etc. Maps are analytical tools more than just reference documents. This idea takes time to develop because most learners use maps to answer, "Where's Italy?" rather than, "How does the chaparral biome influence agriculture and human settlement of Italy?" However, with repeated immersion and hands-on activities, this will become evident to students and faculty alike. This book is ideally suited for university and upper secondary instruction. Early secondary school and upper primary school students can use the book's investigations as well. Over 100 of them are included, with the instructor explaining vocabulary and providing content about population change or biomes. Those who conduct inquiry-driven professional development for educators in technology, science, social studies, and elsewhere can also use this book. The book also provides plenty for the general public who are interested in maps, real issues, and technology. Make your instruction anchored to your program goals, holistic, focused, multi-scale, varied, interesting, relevant, field-based, include fieldwork so that students can shine, explore, and grow, and make your instruction visionary. Hopefully, this book will help you do all of those things. More importantly, keep higher, more noble goals in mind. Using GIS is ultimately about building a better world. You and your students have a key role to play in that world. Let's begin the journey. Thanks.